God's voice might be louder than we think. This is Father Max with Ready Set Gospel. Welcome back as we prepare for our Sunday Gospel and the homily that we're going to hear at whatever Catholic parish we might find ourselves in this week. This week, in our first reading, we're going to hear from Elijah and the famous story of him going into the cave. Elijah goes in the cave, waits for God. There's an earthquake. God's not there. There's a fire. God's not there. And then there's a silent whispering wind. And that is how God is present to Elijah. And Elijah comes out and encounters God. One thing I like to imagine is that God is always calling to us, but that we are not always ready to hear God. And as an example of that, imagine that you're on a football field and someone is 100 yards away from you, yelling out your name. The person might be yelling, but to you from 100 yards distance, it might sound a bit like a whisper. Sometimes it's all about how we are distanced from God. God is always the one who is calling forth towards us and beckoning us forward. Sometimes the distractions of our lives and ourselves take ourselves away from God so that we put ourselves 100 yards away, and we like to think that God is merely whispering to us. Really, I think that God is always clearly calling forth, and we're the ones who put ourselves away from that call. So let's listen for that call of the Good Shepherd this week. Yes, sometimes it is in that quiet, whispering, peaceful sound, but I think also we have to pay attention very clearly and know that God is always calling us and that we can approach from across that field and know that God is welcoming us and beckoning us forward. That is Ready Set Gospel. I'm Father Max from Mother Good Counsel in Los Angeles. God bless you.